Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 1 of probation and parole. I wanted to talk to you about some of the housekeeping rules and some of the things that I find will help you in this class. We all have expectations of each other. I have expectations of you. You have expectations of me. And it really is helpful for me if you let me know what those expectations are. Send me an email. You can, call me. I'm going to give you my number. But tell me what your expectations are. And I'm going to tell you right now what mine are. One is I want us all to be respectful of each other. That's probably the most important thing I can get across to everybody. We need to be respectful. We all have different opinions. None of them are right, none of them are wrong, but they may be just a tad different. So we need to remember to be respectful of each other. The second thing, probably the most important thing for your grade is not to miss week 1, because if you miss week 1, you will be dropped from the course. So you must be on time. It cannot be late. There is no late work due. The school automatically drop you. So that's number 1. No late work will be accepted in week 1, and they are very adamant about that. So you know that. All right. The second thing I want to tell you is weeks 2 through 5. This is with the exception of week 6. Weeks 2 through 5, I can accept late work. I cannot accept it on week 6, so you know that. There's no exceptions for week 6. I can accept it, but it's with fault. It's with penalty. And so you need to be able to communicate to me. You can call me. You can send me an email, but you need to let me know. So I can accept late work up until 5 p.m. I'm sorry, up to week 5, up until 11:59 p.m. Wednesday. So Thursday, it can't be accepted. It's a 0. There's only 6 weeks worth of work in this class, and if you get a 0 on a week, that can be really detrimental. So on week 6, it's really important to know that as the course ends at 11:59 on that date, your work must be in. If you need to get an incomplete grade, just know that to get that incomplete grade, you must be passing the course prior to that last class, all right? So I need to have all my grades in, and I need to have your work done on time for the first week and the last week. If you are late, 2 through 5, there's a 30% deduction off your grade. That can be a huge deduction. All right, so that is, and that has to have you work in by that Wednesday. So if you're late on Saturday at 11:59, and let me tell you that the computer, when it spits it out to me what your work is, it tells me many, many things. One is if it's 1 minute late, it's a big, huge red flashing sign that says late. All right, and so that means it's late and it's 30%. So if there's some reason why your work can't get in before 11:59, and it is a legitimate reason, you have no internet. I had that last semester. I actually had a student who lived in an area had no internet for 5 days. I will always, always work with any of you if it's a legitimate reason, but you have to let me know. So that means you can call me, you can text me, you can send me an email, but you need to let me know, whatever the reason being, and we'll decide whether it's a good enough reason or not. Because you had a family picnic on Sunday is not a good enough reason, and I've had those given to me, just so you know. Time management is so important in this class. It is really, really important. So the first thing you should be working is on your discussions, because your discussions are so important. And you'll notice there's a little bit of a difference on the discussions that there were from before. They don't tell you how many words, but I can tell you if you send me a response that says, "Hey Mary, you did a great job, thumbs up," that's going to be a thumbs down. That doesn't count as a discussion. A discussion response is, "Hey Mary, I agreed with this part, but I didn't necessarily agree with this part because of this," and then give a reason. When you're doing your discussions, you also need to cite your sources. If you're going to use a source, and that is part of the rubric, you'll see, you need to cite it, and it has to be a legitimate one. So Wikipedia is not accepted as a source, so you know that, because it can't be proven. So Wikipedia is a site that you're not able to use. But there are so many government sites out there, so many other sites that you can use. And if you have a problem with them, anybody that's been in my class before knows I will help you find sites and you can do your work off of those. All you got to do is let me know. But don't let me know at 11:15 on a Saturday night, because that means that you did not start till 11:15. You should be starting your work as we speak. All right, so if you have any question, remember it's a 30% deduction. Let's go over the first week's module. Starting with week 1, it says right out, no work will be accepted after Saturday at 11:59 for that week. So you know that after week 1. The overview, I'm also going to be sending you some PowerPoints. So I want to give you a heads up on the PowerPoints. They gave you a book that's last year, so it would be a little cheaper for you, $215. But I have PowerPoints for the one that's the book that just came out. I'm going to give those to you anyways, because I think that you could probably use some of that information off of it. So the first week discussion is importance of probation and parole. Initial post has to be done by Thursday at 11:59. So I expect your first discussion to be in by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. I will tell you what you can expect from me on that. I will be in this class every morning early. I don't know how early, but sometimes very early. And I will, before I turn in for the night, I will always go and I will read my emails and I will work on my classes. So I go twice a day to this. If you need me to go in between that time, you got to text me. And I'll be giving you that information as well. So the first week's discussion is importance of probation and parole. It's worth 50 points. Never, ever give up those 50 points, okay? They seriously will be very helpful to you in the end, especially when you find out that it's, probably makes the difference between an A and a C or a D. When we look at this, it's going to tell you that you have places you can go to, you have sources. There's so many sources that are in here right now that they've given you. This is a beautifully redone class. So there's so much information just in your classroom that the school has given you. If for a chance that you do not get your discussion in on time, don't give up, because you can still earn 60% of your grade for this discussion by doing the responses. So don't give up. Never give up. Your first week's paper is going to be, you're going to distinguish between conditional and unconditional diversion. What is the philosophy of diversion? By the way, I love diversion. And I'm hoping if you've never heard of diversion before, you're going to be all over it and saying, yeah, this would work. And what are some of the more important events that occurred in history of diversion in the United States? Now, this is where I need to make sure you guys all know this, okay? Your paper needs to be 4 or 5 pages. That doesn't mean 4 or 5 pages with a cover sheet and a site sheet. It means 4 or 5 pages of content. You're going to go APA style. It's down here for you if you don't know it, so you can learn it. And you have to include connections to your research with citations. Please use minimum of 2 sources. You have all of this below you that you can go to if you don't know how to do that. The other thing I want to talk to you about is you have the access to a tutorial that you can get. The school gives you writing tutors, and they'll be more than glad to help you. If you are not a good reader, I'm not a good reader, but not a good writer, and you need help, never feel bad about that. Jump all over it. Grab the help. But you need to do the work before the paper is due. You can't be turning it in on Saturday to have them review it. Turn it in much earlier, and they can help you make your paper be a perfect paper. That's a gift to you. Well, I wouldn't say it's a gift because you're all paying students, but it's such a wonderful thing that they have for you. And I hope you all use that. So on that closing note, if you have any questions, my number is 413-883-3537. Again, 413-883-3537. And you can text me anytime. Texting is probably the easiest because my phone is on mute almost 100% of the time. So feel free to text me. I usually get right back. Say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I need help on this. Can you get a hold of me? And we will do that. If you have any problem in doing any of these papers, if you're stuck, I will gladly go over this with you and maybe give you some little hints on which way you can go. All right. But I also want to tell you, this class has some really great students in it. Reach out to other students in the class too and say, what are you doing about this? What are you doing about that? And meet some new friends. There's some truly great kids, they're not kids, but truly great adults in this class that are more than willing to help as well. We will all get through this together. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.